Welcome to Starladder Korea. It's pretty late at night, and I'm ready to cast some Dota. And with me tonight is Coddle Guy. What's up, buddy?
Greg, what is it, TV? How are you doing on this late evening?
I'm doing good. I took a nap, drank way too much caffeine, and pretty much, we're taking it from there. Taking it from there.
Took good. I also took a good couple of naps today.
Actually,
It's
I took
true.
two
I
naps
am.
today. Two naps.
We are definitely like the elderly when it comes to Dota, I guess.
Like, I went to school, I came home, I took a nap, I did chat wheel, I took a nap, now I'm casting. It's perfect.
Great. Yeah, it's a great day. I'm gonna enjoy a nice Dota match and perhaps a nap, and then maybe after that some ability draft, and then my third nap, and perhaps some casting after with a nap to follow.
Oh man, well, we'll see how it works out. It's gonna be 5 in queue, that's no problem, versus Birdgang for the game tonight. Birdgang, definitely considered one of the best teams in Korea if you don't count Zephyr. And 5 in queue actually is fairly competitive as well, so I think we should have a good match on our hands. They're already through the first ban phase, and something to notice is they're a big fan of Lycan right now in China, in Korea. He's become extremely popular. Not something I thought I
Yeah.
would see, given he didn't get any buffs or anything like that. He's just found his way back in.
Yeah, and he's already spread like the plague. He's over in the NA right now too. We saw him used in the LAN tournament this past weekend, and the victory, the final matchup.
Oh yeah, yeah.
RTZ pulled it off,
RTZ
so it's
Lycan.
already spreading. Just like Naga too. It's so cool. I mean, we're living in such a good time for Dota in the new meta. Like a miracle Naga will pop up and it shoots right over to NA, and now the Lycan theory's popping up. That's shooting right over to our side. We're bouncing ideas back and forth. It's a good time for some Dota.
Yeah, and Birdgang have picked up the Invoker and the Disruptor for themselves, and on the other side of things, 5 and Q has picked up the Batrider as well as the Lifestealer for their first round of picks. I do tend to like Disruptor right now. I think it's a pretty good time to be a support that needs some levels. It seems to be pretty easy for them to find those. Teams are generally being a little bit more passive in the first little bit of the game, so it gives you a little bit of time to farm up on those supports that do need those levels desperately, like Disruptor. And Batrider is another hero that's really made his way back into the metagame lately. He was gone for a while after that nerf. People thought maybe he wouldn't be very good anymore, and he's back with a vengeance. Seeing him
Yeah,
all
that
over the
well,
place.
that nerf hit him pretty good. The boy throws pillows now when it comes to hit damage. I mean, but it's okay because Batrider's one of those, as you say, flexible heroes that can, he doesn't have to be stuck in the mid lane like he used to be. Now he can move around the jungle. We've been seeing him in the off lane, used by the promising hands of Mr. Bulldog and Bone 7. They take it to the off lane, and it works so much better, Greg, in the Dire. It's ridiculous because now you have the ability to just cut across when they try to go for the pole, let's say, and you could farm up the Radiant jungle right there and hop up and down the cliff. And don't have to worry about getting into too much trouble. So I'm always a big fan of the Batrider offlane, especially on the Dire side. I think he's one to contend with even the Clockwork.
All right, I have a report that we have an echo in Dota TV. Do you have any crazy audio setup over there right now?
All right, I will check on that right now, sir. Let me fix this up.
I think everything is normal as far as I'm concerned, so I have not. I'm
It
using
probably
nothing
was on my
special.
end. It should be good right now. Thank you,
All
everyone,
right.
for the heads up. I think we're good.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see how they work here. I mean, they're into their second pick phase. Doom and Storm Spirit have both gotten the boot here from Birdgang. Storm Spirit, we've been seeing a lot of bans just because teams aren't really willing to invest in dealing with the Storm Spirit. You really need some hard stuns. They do have the Disruptor already, which is a pretty good answer, but honestly, as a Storm Spirit, when you're going against someone like a Doom or a Disruptor, you're basically just waiting until they use that ability that makes it so you can't do anything, and then you maneuver around it. That's one of the beauties about Storm Spirit, obviously, is ball lightning. So, Darkseer and Piranha off on the other side.
They've done their research too. Storm Spirit's currently stat fact rather for yourself. In 5 and Q, Storm Spirit's actually their number 3rd pickup, so they doing their proper research. Same goes for obviously 5 and Q, getting rid of that Mirana, which is definitely a top pickup for Mr. Febby. He's a big fan of that Mirana. It's their number 1 most picked up. They've used it in a recent 6 matches, but unfortunately a bad record of 2 and 4 with that Mirana. So even their one go-to hero.
It seems like if you're not Sing Sing, you've been having some problems with that hero lately. It's been not quite as successful as we've been used to seeing, a couple weeks ago when that hero was just really dominant. But we'll see. Teams might also still be able to make it work.
She's got the most wins right now in 6.8. Fun fact right there. Marona is not only nearly the top pickup, but also has gotten the most wins. So enough of that. Apparently, I'm getting stuck into Dat Dota right there. Let's get right back into the actual draft. Birdgang on their fourth pickup, grab up the Naga Siren. And just with their current build, the Core Naga.
Yeah, could be. And on the other side, they've picked up the Visage, and God, this hero is so good right now. I was talking about how you need, you can get levels on supports. And the thing about Visage is if you do get levels on support, then, life is hunky-dory, you get your birds nice and early, and you basically have another hero on the map. But she's also very, very good. I'm assuming Visage is a girl for some reason. That's probably not a thing. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I don't specialize in visage, so I don't know whether this is the male or
Boy
female
or
gender.
girl.
I
Anyway.
haven't really seen their mating habits, but it's okay.
A really strong hero in the early game, just with Soul Assumption being able to deal so much damage. So Puck is the last hero to exit the pool for Birdgang, and mid laner is most likely what 5 and Q are still hunting for. So I like that ban.
Well, they also got to get Greg a nice vehicle for Mr. Lifestealer, so that's why, obviously we're getting rid of both that Puck and that Storm Spirit right away, so there's no real proper riding that Lifestealer will be doing for anyone in the mid lane. Right now, their best option is Batrider. It's been done plenty of times, but regardless...
It's not a bad option. It's just not
It's not a bad
perfect
option. It's like he's like the straight up cowboy when you hop onto a Batrider, because Batrider hops in there, he's hog tying someone up, and then you get the Infest Bomb to follow. So it does definitely work. We've been seeing it a lot recently, but he would like a few more options, because the one thing Lifestealer has a problem with is getting into the fray without taking a lot of damage. He can be easily kited, but once he's put right into the heart of the battle, that's where he succeeds the most.
Yeah, that's when he really starts to deal that damage. And Birdgang have rounded out their picks with the Lion. So my only worry for them at this point is if they get aggressive tri-laned on, they could just get rolled. Lion and Disruptor in the early levels are not that strong like I was talking about. I mean, Lion does have Hex, which I think is actually, it's really strong early, 2.5 second disable, as well as Impale. But in the very early levels, mana can be a bit of an issue for him. Those are pretty high mana cost abilities, and the cooldowns are not the shortest things in the world. So if you get some proper aggression on him, it's very possible to really take advantage of that. And they have the Lifestealer and Crystal Maiden, which I think are decent options, and Visage as well, obviously able to nuke people down. So we'll see if they do try to take this into an aggressive trial lane and then just leave the Batrider to his devices solo.
Oh man,
baby.
Look at this just fine-looking gentleman making his appearance in this game. Hello, Sniper. Welcome. Speaking of new flavors of the month, this guy's been played all over the place, even in the mid lane. I think even E-Hug picked him up earlier today. So everyone from all sides of the world, Greg, are hopping on the Sniper bandwagon.
People tend to like that Sniper, man. I don't know. I mean, I can see the strength. If you can really create a lot of space for him, he's pretty decent. But I don't know. I mean, he can just get jumped on so easily. But I guess when you look at Birdgang's lineup, really the big problem for them is going to be just the clockwork initiations onto that Sniper. But I mean, if I'm a Sniper, I do not want to see a clockwork on the other team, because until you get some sort of decent mobility item like a Shadow Blade or something like that, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. No escape mechanism. He is extremely weak. I just consider him in the category like Morphling. Like, definitely has late game super potential, but he's got to get those items online. He's got to get that survivability, and then you kind of work into some damage, but you have really nowhere to go in case people jump you, and that's one of the things that Clockwork does best. So, like, what do? I guess that Shadow Blade is the best option. I've even seen people go super greedy and fantastic and pick up a Blink Dagger on Sniper. So he's got to find a way to get in and out of battle without getting his bones jumped, especially with glimpse as well. That's going to get pretty hairy.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a fair amount of issues for him, so we'll see. But going over the teams for Birdgang, it's going to be 10 Bird on the Lion. Jiayu, also, I am so sorry in advance if I destroy any of these pronunciations. Jiayu on the Clockwork. Febi is going to be picking up that Naga Siren. MP on the Invoker, and Sky on the Disruptor.
All right, and meanwhile, on your 5 and Q side, we got on your off-lane Batrider, Cynical. Mid lane, we got Mr. Infamous Sniper himself on KSH with a couple of shared tangos, and he's got that Wraith Band because he does not want to hit like a bitch. He needs to hit a little bit harder than that, so he's got to get that CS going. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden, which,
okay,
Gonna call her Crystal Maiden for a while until I find out exactly who that is. Meanwhile, top lane, we got the stand-in will be Bangfish on your babysitting Visage. He's gonna be helping out Mr. Saygun. We're gonna roll with that one on your life stealer. And finally, that's it. Crystal Maiden, don't know her name.
Well, if someone in the chat would like to help us out, I am not sure. Not sure who that is, but
Because it
looks
could
like
be a stand-in for all we know.
it could. Yeah, I'm honestly just not sure, but we'll see. It looks like it is just going to be a normal defensive tri lane going up against the Batrider, and we'll see if he's able to flex his muscles in this lane and get any sort of a semblance of farm for himself. In the top lane, the Clockwork going to be all alone versus the tri lane Visage, Crystal Maiden, and Lifestealer, and I do not love that matchup for Clockwork. I think that's going to be a pretty hard lane for him.
Yeah, he's going to go in one of those modes. It's like, as long as I don't feed over a kill, I pretty much won this lane. If you manage to snag a couple of CS in your favor, that makes it all the better. But out of the two offlaners on each team, definitely have to give the nod to Batrider in this one, just because he has that advantage.
Oh god, no, there
ducking and diving over. So
sounded like your audio died for a sec, but it's back. No problem.
Oh, sorry about that. The one last note I want to make is, now with the new craze of getting a lot of Batrider, I've seen a lot of people pick up the Naga shortly to follow. I mean, it's such a great pickup. The sleep, you'll be seeing it come out a lot more as a counter.
Perfect counter initiation.
Yeah, exactly. For the jumping in Batrider, so he'll have to think twice before trying to get his best setup.
And Cynical's already getting bullied in this lane. I mean, Disruptor is just walking up, using his Q, and just nuking him down, and it's working pretty well. So Lion is meanwhile in the jungle, pulling through, getting some experience for himself, so things seem to be working out pretty nicely for Birdgang, and actually almost level 2 on the Clockwork. If he's able to get level 2, I think this lane gets a lot easier for him. He does have access to the Rocket Flare. The Crystal Maiden is pretty much jungling this, so this is, for all purposes, it's just a dual lane.
Yeah, Clockwork will have to, make sure he doesn't get a little overzealous. He doesn't exactly know where that Crystal Maiden is, but he has decent game sense to know he can play a little aggressive right now and stay up there. He has a lot of regeneration on his side, plus the Stout Shield, so he can take a few knocks here from the Visage. More important to him, though, is getting the levels and getting up to that hook shot quicker.
I wonder how this lane is going to work out for the Sniper. I mean, this Invoker appears to be going Quas Exort, so I think that's definitely not what you're looking for, because Cold Snap just kind of destroys Sniper. He already has so low HP to start with. If you get a little bit out of position in Cold Snap, then you are going to be in a world of trouble. So.
Yeah, I'm also, it's interesting too. I would like to see the Tornado and stuff like that when going against the Batrider. I love his crowd control, and I think the EMP is just a fabulous skill. So, I mean, but some people like to take it back and go back to that Quas Exor. I know Bulba's a fan of doing that in particular, so it can still be done. Still wants to put out the heavy damage, take down the ever so squishy Sniper.
I definitely understand the choice. I mean, you look at the other heroes on Birdgang, they have some really nice setups for that Sunstrike. They have Clockwork, Cogs, they've got the Ensnare. Actually, Kinetic Field is really nice as well, because usually people run to the edge of Kinetic Field and then just kind of stand there waiting for it to run out, so you can set up an easy one on that, and then obviously Impale and Hex as well. So I think it should serve them pretty well, and I think it's his best option to sort of deal with the Sniper. He does, I'm actually kind of surprised he doesn't, there we go, finally level in Quas, and he'll be able to regen up that damage that Sniper so annoyingly dishes out.
So annoying, right?
It's like getting pecked by like a bird, and
you're
sometimes it pecks you in the head.
Yeah, just can you please CS here? And you're hitting me with that thing, and I don't like it.
And yeah,
so annoying.
Cynical's actually rotated out of this bottom lane. I think he figured out that there was just no way he was going to get anything in that lane. I think this is a wide choice. So he's just going to be hanging out in the jungle with the Crystal Maiden, trying to maximize his levels. And he's actually doing okay. He hasn't died, so he has managed to pick up the boots. And we'll see how fast his Blink Dagger is.
Definitely a perk that Batrider has over the likes of Clockwork. If things get, pretty grim in your off lane, he can just take his business right to the jungle, and look at the amount of farm he'll gain quickly. I mean, it's just one of those handy-dandy skills that Batrider has. He can still manage to farm a Blink Dagger here, probably right around the 10-minute mark, but definitely.
And the Crystal Maiden helped him get the level 2, which is really, once you get over that hill with the jungling Batrider, it just becomes really easy. You just stack the camp, napalm him, and then drop your fire on him. So we'll see. Birdgang looking like they maybe want to push this tower down and punish him leaving. So we'll see how fast they're able to get this down. Febby is farming extremely well. 28 last hits in the top lane. Saygun has 25 for himself.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're probably just going to have to let it go. They're happy to take the gold sooner than later, too, and obviously they won't have the rotation power. Actually, Batrider making the trip down, catches out the DED, and will make his way down there, but It's going to fall. Actually, throwing out the fortification, but it will not matter. This is going to be extra gold for the whole team, so they're happy to take it.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to do anything. It looks like they want to make a move on the clockwork here. He does have the cogs available, so it's going to be a bit tough. The tower does go down in the bottom lane. They're not able to. He's not able to grab that one, but that's not surprising. If he goes anywhere near them, he's going to be in for a world of pain.
Yeah, don't have to be careful. Almost got the deny in there, but a sneaky little last hit managed to sneak its way through. So, but as far as the carry power, we're equal right now on the CS, both matching at 31. So relatively, good farm. Considering that Lifestealer hasn't had an uncontested lane, it's not too bad.
Febby has a 5-minute Midas. That's impressive, to say the least. 33 last hits. He has an early level in the net. Is he going to actually be able to kill Cynical here? A lot of players aren't used to having that net that early. A lot of times with these farming Nagas, whether it's in the mid lane or the easy lane, you'll see a couple levels of illusions because you can go and just start stacking camps immediately, and it's really good. It looks like they want to kill the Invoker in the mid lane. They're moving in. Shrapnel goes up. There's the cold. Oh, the chill. And he drops down a Sunstrike, but it is not nearly enough. That's an easy first blood for Bankfish.
That try slow, man. Shrapnel, brave chill.
Oh,
no,
Tedbird is gonna die. Oh, assassinated.
Oh.
Man, that sucks. That sucks if you're Tenbird. I mean, the good news about the assassinate, obviously the mana cost is high for how much he has, so he can't spam it out that easily and use Shrapnel. He only has one more available after that little engagement, so.
He has an interesting, kind of a skill build going his way. I'm happy he did get the Shrapnel. I don't know if he picked it up just for that gank or not. It definitely works out. I know Merlini in particular is a big fan of leveling up the Shrapnel. Just such a great nuke, great slow. The range is enormous. It's like the size of, it's the size of a planet, so it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Crystal Maiden is roamed down here with an Invis rune. Are they going to be able to make something happen? The Visage coming over as well. I think they want the Naga. She does have Song. We'll see if she uses it. No, Visage seems a little bit reluctant to move up into this lane. I don't blame him, really. Now they're moving in. There it is. Oh, he tried to get the Song off. There it is, finally. And I think he is just going to walk away. His Midas is off cooldown, which is very sad for him. But I think he's just going to walk into the jungle. They can't really pursue him. Their element of surprise is gone. So good reaction there from Febby. They needed to execute that gank a little bit earlier. It's so hard to gank a Naga right when she gets 6, and that is going to be on cooldown for a while. Clockwork stuck in a closet with Segun. Is he going to go down here? It looks like it's going to be really close. It does go down.
Oh, and mid lane, they're making a move on Sniper. They get everything going, the proper lockdown, followed up with a Sunstrike, and call it a day. Sniper ends up falling, and they get a bit of redemption on him.
Yeah, and MP taking a bit of damage for that. Looks like he's going to be going for a Midas himself, and I really, obviously, this is just the traditional build. I really like it. Helps you get the levels that you need as Invoker. Helps you get the extra farm you really need as Invoker. So things are going well, I think, for Birdgang, despite the fact they're a bit behind in kills. And 5 and Q have to be happy with their spot as well. Their carry is farming extremely well. The problem here, I think, is just dealing with this Naga is going to be hard. Cynical should make it out here. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm curious right now. Lifestealer, is he going to be going for a Midas, you think, here? He's getting really close as he goes straight for it. I mean, it's going to be definitely a lot later than the Naga is, so she is got a big head start on bringing in all that Midas gold, but... or did you just go for... Nope, there it is!
Well, I mean,
Midas.
He got a kill with the phase boots, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It helps him dominate the lane a little bit more, and Naga went for it early. She was not... There was nothing presented in that lane, which even remotely resembled any sort of resistance, so... I think just going straight for that Midas is just fine. So their farm should be pretty equal, at least for a little bit. We'll see what kind of build Febby develops in here. If he does go for the Radiance build, you're going to see him accelerate his farm unbelievably. The rate at which you can farm with a Radiance Naga is just absolutely absurd. So if he does go that route, he's going to be... I would argue it's probably the best in the game. Maybe Radiance PL is similar, but it is it's ridiculous. The illusions are really strong, so... We'll see. We'll see what he decides to build, but whatever he picks, he's going to get it quickly.
Yeah. JU had made a rotation earlier to the mid lane, trying to take advantage of that level 6 hookshot on the Sniper, but he was caught out, pinged out, and now he makes the rotation back to the top, so he lost a lot of time right there and gave a little bit extra space for the Lifestealer to farm up. So they're trying to get the ball rolling here. It looks like he might head back towards middle and give it another go.
Midas is coming out for the Invoker as well. I think they want to secure a kill on this Sniper. They've picked him off once, but you really want to continue killing him. Looks like he is rotating around to make an angle, or perhaps head for another lane. But I think they do want to kill on him here. I mean, all you really need is the hook shot and then the Sunstrike, and he's pretty much dead. He's such low HP. There are a lot of heroes rallying around him, though. It seems like they know that this is... At least they're going to try to do it, so...
Yeah, I don't think a Crystal Maiden alone would have been able to stop him from getting it, but the Visage is also kind of nearby, so they might be able to get a counter back kill with like a Soul Assumption, so they have to, be careful here. But once again, wasting a lot of time trying to get something going.
Yeah, this Clockwork really does need to make something happen, and there wasn't even a ward that spotted them out, so just really good awareness here from 5NQ, keeping their sniper safe. The problem, obviously, is that you've got all of these heroes sitting here doing nothing. They're smoked on the high ground. Batrider was kind of just wandering around for a while. They do have the Clockwork for themselves doing this, but meanwhile, they are going to move in here. There's the Sunstrike going down. It does hit Kesich. Is he going to go down? He is going to go down. Are they going to be able to grab a kill on JYU? Ooh, the Batrider comes over. Lasso not available, but I think he is going to get him. Flame break back, and down he goes to Bangfish once again, picking up a second kill.
Sniper for Clockwork, I think it works a little towards Radiant's favor. Batrider did get the rotation over, a little bit extra gold to get closer, because he's already, a little late on the Blink Dagger, but that definitely helped out, so it's hard to say. Could be a bit of a stalemate after that tussle, but they had to wait a long time for it.
Yeah. And I always forget when there's a Naga in the game. Yes, my Song of the Siren is a slightly different one than you might be used to hearing, so enjoy that.
Nice, Greg. Real classy, Greg.
I always forget about it right until the first one goes off. It's like, well, that's happening.
Late night Korea Dota special.
Yep. Both teams just continuing to farm up. This isn't really the traditional game I think we're used to seeing from the Koreans. Normally, there's a lot more fighting. I think it has changed a bit recently, as they've decided that bashing their heads at each other might not be the best course of action all the time. And both teams do have a fairly farm-centric lineup with the Naga, with the Sniper, with the Invoker. All those heroes really looking for a lot of farm. The Lifestealer, I think we're going to see him head into action pretty soon here as he starts to build up his next major item. That is a large stack. Jeez.
Yeah, lots of copious amounts of farm coming away towards Febby. What I wanted to say also that, definitely playing the game a lot more slow-paced. It could be a new sense of style. It could be that both these teams have been cupping off a couple of losses, and a fun fact is that both the recent series were with Zephyr, so they both had fallen to Zephyr very recently, and they're looking to get a W back on their side. They did fight each other in the KDL, and I believe it was 5NQ came out on top, 2-1 that best of 3. So Birdgang, they really want to be able to get this victory. They've not only lost to them in the past, but they're coming off that recent loss to Zephyr.
Ooh, there's a smoke gank coming into the jungle. 5NQ looking to capitalize on this smoke gank. Are they going to be able to grab 10-Bird? I think this is a very easy kill for them. They do even expend the lasso. Bird's flying. 10-Bird goes down so easily. Bangfish killing spree.
Killing spree and a Visage. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, not exactly what you look for. I mean, he is just now level 6, but...
You know what, though? Visage of all supports is probably one of the best as far as having a good ceiling, somewhere to progress. He scales very nicely, get up that Agnum sooner than later, that extra familiar, great. Get that mechanism, medallion, what have you. Definitely works out for the better.
Yeah, and the Blink Dagger now is finished on Cynical. And they're going to try to kill Febby. Oh man, they catch Segun in the kinetic field. TP's come in. He gets off a nice infest, brought back, but he has a lot of HP. Clockwork going to try to make a play here.
They could sleep.
Ooh, is he going to go for it? There's the hookshot forward. Battery assault. He doesn't have enough mana for Cogs. No, that is so sad. I'm not sure they would have had enough damage to kill him anyway, but slight miscalculation by JYU.
What do you think? I think the range would have been there if he called out a sleep and then maybe they tried to set something up better and position themselves to burst him down quickly. Do you think that would have mattered at all, or?
I think it could have, but then the problem is, I mean, do you really want to use Nagasong on something like that when the cooldown is 180 seconds?
I guess you don't know if a Batrider could be nearby,
KSH,
but he'd already...
They're going to take him down in the mid lane very easily. Sunstrike comes in, MP, killing spree for himself, so now Birdgang are starting to battle back.
That's that bad part of Sniper that we were talking about.
Yeah, that's the bad part of Sniper.
Bursted down again in the mid lane, can't do anything about it. He has a drum to play, but no way to get out of there.
Well, reports say that Ranto is playing the Crystal Maiden.
Ranto.
That is a normal member of the team.
I was a little late on the note about
Thank you
Ranto.
for that.
Yeah, I was asking for that about, 14 minutes ago? It's okay. Ranto.
One step at a time. But Ranto...
It's a beautiful face. Beautiful.
On the Crystal Maiden. So, we'll see now if 5 and Q are able to keep the ball rolling here. They do have the Blink Dagger up now, and has Lifestealer gone for an item? Yes, he is going to be getting a Basher next, so that means he's going to be looking to start battling. And I like this choice. I think your Lifestealer, you don't really want to AFK farm him. There is the Naga on the other side who is just way better at that, and he is going for the Radiance. So I don't think you want to play the farm game against Naga. Oh, God, he catches him with the Sunstrike. Cold Snap moves forward, but now Cynical, Lasso, grabs him back. KSH does get glimpse, but it's... Oh, he took it! Invoker kills him with the Force Spirit. Sky on the way out. Soul Assumption goes in. Bangfish, double kill. Now Segun is moving forward on 10 burn. Cogs are up. JYU running back, and he is going to be alive, but this Visage, man, 5-0 for 5 and Q.
We'll take what we can get. Visage having to pick up all the kills regardless. Hey, great. Look at that. Point
this is going to be like the fastest tags ever if this rate continues. Jeez.
Beautiful, sweet, delicious farm. I'll take what I can get, but yeah, very good work, man. 5 and Q, no joke.
And I think 5 and Q don't want to push into this. They see there's a lot of heroes here. Hookshot is up, Finger of Death as well. And those are things you generally don't want to push into unless you're completely ready to go. And with Lasso on cooldown, I think this is a wise decision, is back up, farm up. And they'll revisit this aggressiveness in a couple of minutes.
I'm just getting like visions of how this game is just trying to progress here, and it might come down to how skilled Febby might be on this Naga Siren. If he can pull out that miracle, like late game, put the team on my back and make it kind of happen. I think she's definitely the king of the late game in this particular matchup, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I do.
But
by far.
You know, so we'll see if 5 and Q want to try to contest that and take it down the road, or if they're going to want to end this sooner than later, because she's about to have this Radiance already.
Yeah, and it's at 16 minutes. I mean, pretty greedy build, just going Boots, Midas, Radiance, but this is still an unbelievable Radiance timing. And she's at 110 last hits right now. 120 for the Lifestealer, so he's CSing just fine as well. But like I said, I mean, that Naga is just going to take off here in the next couple of minutes as soon as that Radiance is finished. And we'll see. I think 5 and Q, it's time for them to hit the gas, time for them to start engaging.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. We're seeing a lot of gathering here in the mid lane. I don't think there's any sort of near thoughts on Roshan, but just a very defensive 5 and Q here, all clustered up, and Birdgang up there. That's the reason.
Here we go.
Let's go. They want to make something happen.
Yeah, and like I said, they want to hit the gas. Inside of the Bat Rider is the Lifestealer, so they're going to be ready to go. It looks like they're trying to bait with this sniper here. But, I mean, they have to realize there's no one on the map right now. This has to smell very suspicious. It's like, he's died 4 times already. I don't think he's going to give us another free kill.
In fast bat. They're hungry. They want to find it, though.
Oh, yeah, they move over. They grab JYU. Sagan drops out. They leave him right in place, nail him down with the right click of the Lifestealer. Now they're going to take the tower easily. And now Febby re-engages. He wants to get the deny, gets the deny off, but what's going to be the cost here? Out comes the Static Storm. They do only catch KSH, who instantly melts. Flame Break flies through as well. And now Naga walking through. Hookshot is going to miss. Sagan going real low. MP dives forward, grabs the kill. Freezing Field from Crystal Maiden. Is it going to be enough? No. Aren't able to secure on MP, so it's 2 for 2. At least for now.
2 for 2 in the Sniper Falls and the Lifestealers. 2 best targets you can ask for, while Birdgang only lose supports. We'll take that, so, in exchange for a tier 1 tower. So they're very happy with that. And, man, 5 and Q, they're going to need an answer, because the longer Naga lives and is a part of these fights and takes in more kills, the hairier it's going to look.
Yeah, and the fact that both their cores died, like you said, I mean, that's a big deal. And the Naga now, the Radiance is finished, and off to the races will go Febby.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. If you guys have never played Radiance Naga, it's like absurd. It's just absolutely disgusting, the amount of farm you can get. So we'll see. As long as Febby controls everything well, it should be pretty easy for him to really just start rocketing ahead. The problem is it's a pretty long item path for Naga. I mean, there's a lot of items you really need to get to be effective to not get nuked down. Manta is pretty necessary. Against a sniper, you're going to need some kind of HP or a butterfly or something, and against the Lifestealer as well. So we'll see how effective this is. Febby is going to have to do a lot of farming here.
Yeah, and even more so, the Lifestealer and the Sniper need to get their farm going on their part. I'm just trying to think this one out. Do you think Lifestealer considers something crazy like a Maelstrom later down the road to try to help clear up the illusions and push back what could be coming their way? I'm going to expect a lot of Rat Dota.
It's a possibility for sure. There's a Necro book actually on the Invoker, and now smoke up by Birdgang. They want to get another kill here. Clockwork is trying to line up a hook. And are they going to be able to get a kill? They're retreating way into their jungle. They sniffed this one out. I think they ran right past that ward. I think they actually smoked right over here, so they sniffed that one out.
Yeah, I think they saw that one go on the bottom with the wards. They saw it. They're playing very cautiously, very smart. The game sense, it's on. They ate their breakfast, what have you. And they're just going to farm out together in the jungle as buddies.
Yeah, best friends. Best friends that you could ever have. What's that? I don't remember how the song actually goes, but they're just traveling as a pack right now, which I think is smart, at least for the moment. But they really do need to figure out a way to put the screws on to Febby here, as he almost has BOTs. That's the route he wants to go.
Yep. Go down to BOTs, and then from there you can, I don't know, maybe go to Manta, Diffusal, what have you.
Cynical not going to get anything. Man, that's a lot of time invested. Lifestealer was inside him, not able to make anything happen. They move all the way down the side, and nothing comes of it. So that's a big loss for them. These ganks add up. When you don't get a kill, it really adds up.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at how safe both teams are taking it. They're scouting each other out, trying to make something happen. Oh, big damage! Oh, it takes him down!
That was actually amazing.
Sunstrike. That's all it took.
Man, sometimes, you know, if it looks too good to be true, like 2 free Forge Spirits, it's too good to be true, and you should probably leave. That was, oof.
Yeah, he definitely got his hands caught in the cookie jar, Greg.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Midas is off cooldown, too. That actually sucks. That's another big loss here for 5 and Q.
Now the question is, can they defend this tier 1, or do they even want to defend this tier 1? I don't think they do. They're like, yeah, maybe Shrapnel will help us, but I don't think we can commit on defending this one. We have to play cautiously. Got to keep an eye out for this clockwork, but Birdgang, they don't want part of that.
Bat Rider was starting to rotate over, but it looks like I don't know. I really would like to see 5 and Q here start to mount an offensive, and it is a Blink Dagger on KSH. Sniper. Look at that. You called it.
Talk about, yeah, I mean, this is he needs to avoid danger. I mean, he sure has plenty of range to work with to use his abilities and snipe out, but when they got a clockwork jumping in and you got to be able to get from here to there, maybe even trying to chase anyone down, you're already so far behind. If they even get an ounce of an oomph of getting away in move speed, you will be out of range and can't make it happen. So I like it. It's a positive pickup.
And they're going for Roche. They have left some wards kind of just kicking around over here. He went over and placed it down, and then they decided that they'd rather just go Roche, so we will see if they're able to stop this. This is the kind of thing that 5 and Q need to do to sort of just hammer their way back into this game.
Yep, I mean, take advantage of being on the dire side, try to sneak in, but unfortunately they don't hit that hard. They haven't been hitting the gym long enough, and they're having a hard time. He's now at half-life, and already the rest of the Birdgang are nearby. They're putting out the whistle, the bird call, if you will. They're making rotations to the Roshan area after a clever dewarding.
And now they're getting punished for that. I mean, I guess that was going to happen no matter what, but they didn't even get the other Observer Ward out of it. So, meanwhile, Febby just ramming his illusions into the tower. Unfortunately, that's going to be denied, but I think he has the right idea here. He has picked up BOTs and the Yasha, so it's going to be a Mana style next. This is pretty standard, the Arteezy build. He did have a little bit of deviation with that Midas, but he got it so early that it's really just a huge advantage. And we'll see where he progresses from here, something like a Heart or Butterfly, or if he wants to start getting damage already, Diffusal Blade, really the ultimate damage item on the Naga Siren once you do pick up that Manta.
Yeah, Arteezy, Miracle, what have you, whatever works best for pulling out the ratness. So some of them like to have more durability in their illusions and go that path of Heart. Some want to be able to man-fight it up and burst down and be a part of the fight and take advantage of a more offensive Song of the Siren, so they'll go a little more damage. So I haven't personally seen Febby be able to play the Naga, so we'll see what his path will be. And meanwhile, Invoker completes out that Necro book, so sweet, delicious push power as 5 and Q get that Roshan.
Yeah, they finally finished it up. They revisited it after not being able to complete it. And now we'll see what they're able to do. Infest is up if they want to immediately go for some aggression. I imagine he's going to want to use his Midas first. He also does have a fair amount of gold. Maybe he just goes straight into Abyssal Blade here for some extra lockdown to really try to nail someone down and do the damage. But Cynical is moving through the jungle. Midas is the Forge Spirit. And full retreat from Birdgang.
I don't know. For me personally, when I see a Bat Rider play in this kind of particular game and they want to go on the hunt, for example, I want the Bat Rider to get the infest up,
Just
go in
man
the front
up.
lines, and just balls to the wall, jump right in there. I've seen Bat Riders like dive into the back of towers without even knowing where they are, and they just due to quick reaction could snag up the appropriate target and pull them back out. Now that he has that force staff, obviously it makes things a lot easier. So I want to see him just play more aggressive to get the pickoff they need. Clockwork is going to have a lot easier time just finding his optimal target. Bat Rider needs to just the element of surprise, baby. Hop right in there and get it going.
The problem for him, I think, is you really don't want to initiate into the disruptor.
It's true.
But if he can either grab the disruptor or get over there while the disruptor's not there, I do think that, you're completely right. They really just need to put the hammer down. But we'll see. They are knocking down a tier 2 here. It looks like Birdgang not quite comfortable. But Febby, he is just starting to go to town. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the last hits for him.
So
He's 100. He's 100 over the Lifestealer. He just got that. It's disgusting.
Get out of here.
He has a Manta style on the courier.
And now your whole plan of pushing the bottom lane is like, wait, we're infested up. We want to fight, but our top is falling. What do we do? So they're just caught around picking their noses here in the jungle. They can't make anything happen. And the rest of the Birdgang are like, yeah, forget that. We're going to make the smoke and just kind of run up to the mid lane. But they're going real far ahead. I mean, 5 and Q can even end up behind them at this rate.
Yeah, this could end up being really bad for Birdgang. And we'll see if they realize that there's actually no one over here. They're all in their jungle.
Yeah.
So they didn't deviate that far. But how long has this Lifestealer been sitting inside of Cynical?
Oh, this is so much wasted
long
time.
If they're able to get
Yeah.
Febby here, it's completely worth it. But it's going to be really close. He does not have Song available. Nah, he's out of here. This is just really, huge inefficiency. And now, finally, he pops back out. And he was in there for almost 90 seconds. And Fess is almost off cooldown again.
I feel like I'm having deja vu because earlier today I watched a lick. I saw the Lifestealer back combo as well, and they did the same thing. There was just a point when they were just waiting and waiting and waiting until he had it again. I'm like, maybe he left the computer and had to use the bathroom or something. It's just like, you just hold out for a bit.
I'll be right back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, efficiency definitely is pretty crucial in this game, especially when you have to contest against a Naga who, let's face it, she has the Manta. She has 2K gold in her checking account.
Look at the gold
ridiculous. Graph. It's almost at the point of no return.
When Naga just starts free farming on the other team. When you go to net worth, it's actually almost just all on the Naga. Everything else is pretty close, but I don't know. I think maybe 5 and Q haven't really been able to get the aggression, and it has not been from a lack of effort. They've really been trying to put the aggression on. They've gone for multiple lasso ganks with the Bat Rider or with the Lifestealer inside. It just hasn't worked out for them, and now this Aegis is almost out. They have not accomplished anything with this Aegis.
Yep, and they want to make the fight happen. They just can't seem to get it going. The whole Birdgang squad are playing very cautiously. They want to prolong this game as much as possible.
They're playing
it just looks so much better for him down the road. It's just like a secured victory for him. Invoker, if he gets more items, all the merrier for him. He has the Blink Dagger now, and we already talked about the Necro Book already being complete, so he's happy as a clam.
They want it. This Bangfish. Oh my God! Does he know he's the? Wow.
Nope, I don't know. TP buddies for life that we don't even know about. Leave.
The definition of crossing in the night. They TP out like 2 inches away from each other, and they're both just out of here. But Naga going back to base. Actually, one of the problems with Naga, which seems really weird, is you just run out of mana so fast when you do this this combo. So you really just need those BOTs. Go refill at the base and then head back out.
Lifestealer nearly got Assault Curios complete, which I guess is nice, but I don't know. Is it enough to withstand the onslaught of this Naga? I don't
know how they're going to beat this Naga. Febby has just done exactly what he wanted. Honestly, this is what you want as a Naga. 0-0-1. Just stay the hell away from me. Let me do whatever I want. If I get a kill, that's like a happy circumstance, but it really doesn't matter. This is just a perfect game for Febby.
Yeah, and that's also why we frequently see Naga picked up with Cuddle, if you will. One of the kings of delaying the game. Just unfortunately, that's
horrible hero-ness.
Yeah, well, unfortunately nowadays, delaying the game out like this and prolonging is just not the fad. So more teams like to go more aggressive, get the kills, get the ball rolling sooner. Obviously, Lycan's like the counter opposite of delaying out a game. He just wants to make things happen sooner than later. Naga, though, is one of the few who like to succeed down the road, and Kyle's great at relocating her into the farm, and delaying things even longer with his anti-push power.
And we actually have kind of a weird map split going on right now. Cynical has picked up a gem, and with it they've warded the opposing jungle, but they haven't dewarded their own jungle, so Birdgang has vision of that, so we've kind of got this weird split going on right now. So we will see if 5&Q is able to bring this one back. I think at this point, my money's heavily on whoever is playing the Naga Siren, because they just really have not really... They haven't figured out any way to deal with this. MP has picked up the Necro book. This is going to help them push in with the Naga illusions. You know, everything just seems to be working very well. Looks like he's going to be going for a Hex next. He has the Blink Dagger as well. And peeking over to the net worth, that Invoker is just as high as the Lifestealer.
Speaking of the Lifestealer, I mean, I just look at his build, and I can't help but feel like insecurity. Like, we're not going with the armlet. I guess he doesn't feel like he might be able to have a prime opportunity to man fight on someone. I mean, you're going against the Naga Siren, you're going against the Clockwork, who could shut him out of fights very easily. So instead, he gets something like the Soul Curiosity. He's like, I'll try to just benefit myself and my allies to survive in this fight, maybe. And if we have the opportunity to push, that will help out. But I was just kind of intrigued that he didn't go with the armlet.
Yeah, definitely an interesting thing. I mean, when you get the armlet, the problem sometimes is you just can't hit them, like you can't actually connect with the heroes, but they do have the Batrider to help with that, so I'm not sure.
But have we ever seen Batrider get appropriate lasso and Force Staff
Nope.
yet this game? No, we haven't. Not once.
Definitely not, so... I don't know. This is a really rough game now. I mean, Birdgang has just dodged fights so well that 5&Q was not able to execute their strategy at all. Not only did they dodge fights, they really started dodging pickoffs. I mean, when was the last kill in this game? I'm not even sure. It was a while ago.
And he's gonna go with that Naga heart.
Yeah,
I want that durability on those illusions. I want them to linger. I want them to be a pain in your ass.
The thing is like these. It sounds ridiculous. These illusions can like solo kill supports. It's actually disgusting.
From a big support player who has gone against the Naga, let me tell you, you just look at those and you're like,
nope,
get them off of me! Get away!
And Febby maybe want to go on the aggressive here, and he does Song on Segun. Are they going to be able to get any help here? He needs to be a bit careful. Cynical's here as well, but now Segun a bit trapped up. There is no defusal, so he can't do that much damage, and now Febby's going to get grabbed. This might have been over-aggressive. Is Meatball going to fly through? Deafening Blast falls down as well. Febby makes it out with a little bit. He is going to get assassinated and brought down. Clockwork able to pick up the Lifestealer in the meantime, so 3 for 1. They kill the Naga, but at what cost? God damn it!
You had to do it. It's okay. Like that, you're on trash. It's fine. Naga does end up falling. It was a bit of a mistime. You could say that if she waited just a little bit longer on doing the sleep, that things could have ended up very differently, but she didn't want to risk losing the opportunity to make the jump on the Lifestealer. Pulled out the song, had things going. She had the survivability, though, with that new heart, and she almost made it out, but Sniper, that son of a bitch, had that snipe nearby, and he took her out. But they lose 3. Birdgang very happy.
Yeah, and, I mean, one thing I do want to say is, what the hell has the Sniper done this game besides feed? And I don't. And this is not a dig. This is not a dig at KSH at all. This is just a dig at the hero. I mean, he is pretty farmed, and he just can't really do anything.
No.
He just kind of sits there. I mean,
imagine if you can't even take down the illusions.
Imagine if you had like a mid hero with better mobility and abilities to actually do things. Maybe you can actually initiate those fights with the Batrider. I don't know. I don't.
He's just not on that journey
that
you want to be as a sniper at this point.
Jeez, things are just gonna get real ugly here. I don't really know how 5&Q is supposed to deal with this at this point.
At this point, let's just man up. Get on that Batrider, get in there, cowboy, and just try to grab someone. You haven't gotten anyone yet this game. I mean,
I think that ship is sailed though. I think that ship is just completely sailed. It's gone.
Oh, I mean,
it is out of port. They've already stopped in Jamaica actually, and that crew is just sipping on pina coladas, wondering why the hell 5&Q is not there.
Yeah, you'd have to hopefully have a little bit more map control and scout out someone, but not even Birdgang's giving that. They're all hanging together like birds in a flock.
I mean, they know that if Febby is away from them, and they're together, and they don't die, and Febby doesn't die, then they're completely fine, because look at his gold lead. He's 8,000 over the Lifestealer, and they were very even at 20 minutes.
He's nearly 10k of net worth over the Lifestealer as well.
This has gotten disgusting.
It's just do something, do or die at this point. 5&Q.
Yeah, it really is do or die. It's time to take a risk. It's time to maybe smoke gank and, as Charlie would say, YOLO into the jungle and just hope for the best. Because at this point, they're in a lot of trouble.
Or wait out the Roshan, see if he can try to catch up Birdgang.
How can you possibly Rosh against Naga now?
But yeah, there's no
That's
way.
the problem.
She'll always have that song available, and no one really has BKB.
Crystal Maiden, man, he's done a nice job just catching some random Sunstrikes. Nice play by this Invoker. I have to say, I'm really impressed. He's gotten a lot of farm, a lot of kills, and he's a big reason that they were able to make it through that mid part of the game.
And he's also beating up the Lifestealer net worth, so yeah, definitely an optimal performance for him as the sheep. It's just, it's
look
grim.
at the goal graph. It's just rocketing. And this is just a result of a Naga Siren unchecked, doing whatever the hell she wants.
Regeneration.
Oh, brother. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be do or die. I just feel so bad. Just unfortunately,
I feel like I'm just watching.
They got these heroes, and they wanted to make things happen. We wanted to get those lassos on Bat Rider. We wanted the sniper to lay out the deeps, but just none of them could get the thing, anything going. Lifestealer didn't even get the opportunity to really man fight on anyone. I mean, he was having struggles with taking down Forge Spirits earlier, so it's just they didn't really get anything going that they wanted to.
Yeah, things have not really gone their way, and I think we're just watching this game just slip away. And at this point, when you have a Naga like this, it pretty much just becomes, all right, Naga, when are you 6-slotted? All right, you're 6-slotted, it's time to go win the game. And it does not take that long. He's only one item away. And he has 3,400 gold. He might want to save up for a buyback or something, just in case something ridiculous happens. But, he could pick up something like a Diffusal Blade, or just straight up buy a Butterfly. That's also completely acceptable.
Yeah, now we're gonna do Roshan. What you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do about 5 Q? You think you're gonna snap?
You can know we're doing this. We don't care. We have Song of the Siren ready to go. We have a Butterfly on Febby, and yeah, things are not. I think this is just gonna be the end of the game. I think they're just gonna march in there, and they're gonna end it. Maybe Bat Rider can get a nice initiation. Oh, there's a song to finish it up, and this is just what I was talking about. How can you possibly do anything against that? And now Invoker picks up the Aegis. Naga doesn't need that. She's not going to die. She has 3,000 HP and a Butterfly. They have nothing to deal with. They have literally nothing to deal with that. I think they're just going to march into the base and end the game now.
It would take one impressive throw right now from the Birds.
Yeah, there would have to be one
really
hell. This would be a throw of the century.
Especially from Febby, but he's been playing so cautiously. And like I said before, man, the Birds lost to 5Q last time they had a series in the KDL, so they definitely want to get redemption for themselves. So good on them. They're making it happen. They, pulled out this, nice little Naga strat, delayed the game very significantly. Did a great job getting not caught out by the Bat Rider or Lifestealer or anyone by that matter.
Really
just
anyone.
playing very buddy. Yeah.
And just look at the right clicking it takes to kill the Naga illusions. It's so hard to deal with. And now he is healing back up, and I think they might form up now and try to march down one of these lanes. What's their best chance in a team fight here? I mean, some kind of really nice, basically a miracle pickoff, I think is really their only thing. But there's just so much that they can do against that. I mean, they have Cold Snap and Invoker, they have Glimpse, they have Hex. They have all these abilities that really just make that extremely hard to do, coupled with the fact that all their supports are doing just fine because they haven't been getting killed repeatedly by this pickoff combo. So I really think Birdgang, it's their game to just they would have to do something incredible to lose. I would actually just be impressed.
Yeah, it's just like
Almost
you think about it.
CS.
Okay, so this could be our best bet for 5Q, but you have Disruptor always lingering in the back with this Static Storm just ready to deny any plans there. Still only level 1, but it doesn't even matter. It'll do its job fine.
And look at
this push. We don't even need to be in
They're
there
not
to push
doing
the base. The
anything.
tower is almost below half-life, and we're not even involved.
They have done
That's
nothing.
Naga Illusion. And
Naga
Force Spirit
Illusion,
and Necropunk.
yeah, they have literally
Taking
not
the
committed,
base.
They have not committed a single thing, and the Rax is about to die.
Hand me my Bloody Mary. I want to watch this. The base is falling before us. We're not even doing anything about it. Just put them to work.
Oh my god. I mean, I don't. I think at this point it's whenever Birdgang decides to march into their base is when this game is gonna end. And this Naga now is just farming for the
fight.
for the walls.
It's unbelievable. I think if Clockwork jumped in there, they could just make it happen. Throw out the song, let Disruptor run in there, throw out the perfect storm, and it'd be over.
Smoked up, Cynical's inside, the Birds coming in. This is how they're going to try to take this engagement. They grab MP, Shagan pops out, but immediately the song comes back in. Cynical able to make it out of the way, Invoker gonna go down. So they do manage to pick that off, but what's going to be a cost for them? Now Febby is walking forward, Glimpse moves out of here, and now KSH is going to grab a kill, but now Febby has decided it's time, and he is just right-clicking down heroes. But this sniper, dude, He's going insane. He's going ham. They're trying to kill him. Deafening Blast, Febby. Man, that's a lot of buybacks.
They lost that fight. Oh my gosh, the all or nothing play coming up from the side in 5 and Q. They kind of get it going there. It works really nicely. The Song couldn't quite reach the bat, and they managed to pull him out there and take out the Aegis. And then Sniper just sitting in the backdrop, annoying as ever. They just don't even acknowledge him, and he picks down a lot of kills there.
Oh, uh-oh. Is this going to be enough for them to grab a kill? Finger of Death moves forward. Battery Assault as well. Lion has fallen, but now they are able to grab one. Light buys back into the game, but Hangfish comes forward, picks off the Clockwork. Febby having to walk away now, and he's just going to have to man up. And now he pops the Song very defensively after the Lifestealer buys back. And the Raxes are still standing. Somehow the Raxes are still standing.
I love this Sniper's Blink Dagger. He is so clever. He's sitting up on the base and low and hits him from behind. They don't even know where he is. It's really clever positioning work with the Blink Dagger. Holds him off for a little bit. Definitely took, in a couple of kills, but it might be just too little too late at this point.
And now Birdgang are like, alright, well, we're never walking to your base again. They're just going to siege him with illusions. And the top barracks actually just dies to creeps.
Yeah, this is going to be the beginning of the molasses siege, the slow siege, the slowest of sieges, potentially. Just throw in illusions little by little and choke up 5 and Q in their own base. Don't allow them to leave. Just keep all lanes pushed in.
Yeah, and I mean, the only problem here for Birdgang is Febby ran out of slots. So I guess he can still summon Midas. So he has one more. I think he needs, like, more damage. I think he needs a Diffusal Blade. Because you really don't do a lot of damage with just this. I mean, 240 or whatever. It seems like a lot, but it's really not a lot when you're trying to kill the Lifestealer. And he is going extremely aggressive. You're walking right into the base, and he's like, oh shit, what did
I made a big mistake, and he got out. What was that?
That was what we call a
distraction.
Yeah, I think that was just, he was like, I could kill this guy. And he did buy some time for the mid barracks to just die.
His illusions took down mid lane while he did that. Just the ultimate like
strategy. Moves in, songs them, sends the illusions in the back, and takes down the.
Hey guys, look over here! Look over here!
And here we go. He has picked up the Diffusal Blade, so now the damage is really going to start coming out for Febby. Well, I mean, they're trying. I think if they can get another couple fights like that, they might be back in this. But I just don't know. I don't know if that's actually.
I think all that happened there is Birdgang, like you said, are just like, okay, we're just gonna go ahead.
If you want to
make it even more easy, more safe.
You want to play
proper
that
safety measures now.
We're gonna go get hard hats, some safety glasses, and we'll be back in about half an hour. See you later.
We don't see you on the map. We're going all the way back to the fountain.
Oh, they're gonna do the same exact thing.
Oh
this is
no,
identical.
It worked once before. Let's do it again.
Oh, I think they realize they're like, nope, we really don't want this to happen again. But they move forward. Febby pops the song immediately. And what are they going to be able to get done here? It looks like Tenbird is going to go down. Invoker setting up camp. Kinetic Field goes down as well. Febby did not leave. It looked like he was popping BOTs. Sunstrike goes out, and this is very spread out. But the Rax died. So, I mean, it's getting done here. Tower dies to the Naga illusions.
Yep. Now Naga's finally going to make her
Clockwork
potentially, but
they nail down the Crystal Maiden. And now, is this going to be the opportunity they needed to just walk into the base and finish it? I'm not sure. Most uneventful glimpse ever for Lifestealer.
Yep.
And Sniper blinks forward. They want to try to nail down the Invoker. Lasso's not up, but a Static Storm. He walks right through that with Rage. Now Clockwork. Oh, God, the A-Blade. He pops the BKB, and he is going to go down. But your base, though, it's gone.
This is nice. It's all good and fun. You think you're winning these fights, but you
Febby just going to nail down Sagan. And, pops the song.
Oh,
He's going to get the kill on KSH as well. KSH, you are in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. He is not making that of this one.
Please,
Goodbye.
God, no.
Double kill for Febby. And there's the GG. And, the attrition strategies just works for Birdgang. They did I have to say, they did an amazing job of not dying, like, at all.
Classic Rat Naga.
That was really nice. So, great execution by Birdgang is going to get them a win here in the Starladder Korea. Again, I'm What Is Hip, and with me tonight is the wonderful Coddle Guy. You can follow me on Twitter at WhatIsHipTV, and you can follow Coddle Guy on Twitter at Coddle Guy, and we'll be back with another game in just a couple minutes.
Thank you very much.